If you have a cat, there's a pretty good chance you're sharing your home with an uninvited guest, and you probably don't even know it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on an incredibly common parasite that has absolutely mastered the art of spreading, often right under our noses. Now get this. That's not a quote about some far-flung exotic disease. No, that's a jaw-dropping statistic from a place with top-notch veterinarian care. It just goes to show you this is not a rare thing. For kittens, it's basically a rite of passage. And that really sets the stage for how close to home this story is for pet lovers everywhere.
All right, so who is this incredibly successful stowaway? It's time we were properly introduced.
The parasite we're talking about is Toxocara cati, otherwise known as the feline roundworm. And the name's actually kind of cool. It comes from the Greek words toxon for bow and chara for head, which describes how it looks. Its favorite place to live is the small intestine of cats, and that means house cats and wild cats alike. It's a type of nematode, which is really just the scientific way of saying roundworm. To get just a little more specific, Toxocara cati is an endoparasite. Endo just means inside, so it lives inside its host. And we're not talking about a simple single-celled organism here. Oh no, this is a metazoan. That means it's a complex, multicellular animal that has evolved a really fascinating and, let's be honest, a very sneaky way to live. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. How in the world does this parasite survive and spread so effectively? Well, to understand its success, we have to follow its secret journey. We have to look at its life cycle. And this diagram right here is going to be our map. I know, it looks a little complicated at first glance, but stick with me because it tells this remarkable story of survival that involves cats, the environment, and yeah, sometimes other animals, including us. So, it all starts with adult worms living their best life in a cat's intestine. They produce a massive number of eggs, which then get passed out into the world in the cat's feces. But here's the crucial part. They're not infectious right away. They have to sit out there in the soil for 1 to 4 weeks to mature. It's only then that they're finally ready to infect a new host. But just ingesting eggs from the soil isn't the only way this happens. The parasite has other tricks up its sleeve. Remember that statistic about kittens? Well, a huge reason for that is they can get infected directly through their mother's milk. And there's another way. A cat can get infected by hunting and eating what's called a paratinic host. Think a mouse or a bird that's already carrying the parasite's larvae. The parasite uses these smaller animals like little Trojan horses. Honestly, the real key to this parasite's success, its superpower really, is its eggs. Just look at this thing. It has this incredibly tough, thick, pitted shell. This isn't just for looks. This little piece of biological armor allows the egg to survive in the soil, not for weeks, not for months, but for years, just sitting there, waiting patiently. So, with that kind of incredible resilience, you can probably guess this isn't a problem that's just confined to one backyard. Nope, this parasite is a true global traveler. Toxocara cati has what's called a cosmopolitan distribution. That's a fancy way of saying it's found all over the world. Basically, anywhere on the planet you can find cats, from our domestic buddies to wild felids, you're probably going to find this parasite. Now, even though it's everywhere, how common it is can be linked to different environmental and social factors. That's why even in developed countries, you tend to see more infections in places with, say, a higher number of stray animals, more contaminated soil in parks, and maybe less access to routine veterinary care. And that brings us to what might be the most critical part of this whole explainer. We've talked about cats and mice, but what happens when the world of this parasite smacks right into our own? So, the parasite's life cycle is perfectly designed to work inside a cat. A cat is the definitive host. But what happens when the parasite makes a wrong turn? When it ends up inside a person, an accidental host, where it really doesn't belong? Well, that condition is called toxocariosis. Now, the first thing to know, and this is absolutely crucial, is that the vast majority of people who get infected are asymptomatic. They never feel sick, ever. But when symptoms do show up, they usually fall into 2 main types. One is visceral larva migrans, where the larvae travel to internal organs like the liver or lungs. The other is ocular larva migrans, where they invade the eye, which can cause serious inflammation and even vision loss. So why does this happen? Well, inside a human, the parasite is totally lost. It's like it's trying to follow a roadmap for a completely different country. It can't complete its life cycle, it can't grow into an adult worm, so the larvae just wander.
They migrate through our tissues, and it's this aimless journey that causes all the problems. The physical damage and inflammation that leads to the disease.
Okay, so understanding the problem is the first step. The next, and most important, is knowing how to find it and how to stop it. We can absolutely break the cycle. Diagnosing this infection is completely different for cats and for people, and this is a really important point. In a cat, it's pretty simple. A vet just needs a stool sample, a microscope, and bam, they can see the eggs. But in humans, since the worms never grow up, there are no eggs to find. So instead, doctors have to use things like serology, which are blood tests that look for our body's antibody response to the parasite to figure out if there's an infection. It's much more like detective work.
Here's the great news, though. Prevention is straightforward and super effective. Number 1, deworm your pets regularly, especially when they're kittens and puppies. That's your first line of defense. Number 2, dispose of pet waste quickly and properly. Cleaning the yard or the litter box stops those eggs from ever having time to become infectious. And number 3, good old-fashioned hygiene. Washing your hands after playing with pets or digging in the garden goes a very, very long way.
You know, this quote from a major parasitology journal just sums it all up perfectly. It calls Toxocara cati an underestimated zoonotic agent, and that's exactly what it is. It's underestimated because most people never show symptoms and because it's so indirect to diagnose. It's a powerful reminder of those invisible connections between our health, the health of our animals, and the environment we all share. We pulled all of this information together using a Gemini deep search. For anyone who wants to dive even deeper into the science, you can find a complete list of all our sources in the Notebook LM document that's linked right in the description. And that is our deep dive into Toxocara cati. If you enjoyed this and want to keep getting clear, concise breakdowns of complicated topics, make sure you subscribe to The Explainer. We'd also love to hear from you. What subject should we tackle in our next Explainer? Let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.